In this video, we are going to look at generating recurring transactions in the Accounts Payable module using an Accounts Payable bill. Now, if you look here on the screen, I have an AP bill for AT&T. It's a phone bill for $110. And I'm actually going to backdate this to October 1st. And let's say that this phone bill comes in every month and it's always dated on the 1st of the month. So I've got this October 1st bill, and right now the status is balanced. So this is a normal bill that I could go ahead and release and then pay. But in this case, I want to turn this into a recurring transaction. I want to make this a phone bill that's set up to happen every month on the 1st of the month. To do that, I need to add it to a schedule. And first, I need to create a schedule. So I'm going to go up here to Actions, Add to Schedule. And it takes me over to the recurring transaction screen. It automatically fills in the bill that we were just looking at, my 1141 document number. And if I look in here, I have some different options. I could have it repeat daily, weekly, monthly. I'm going to do by financial period, which in my case is monthly. And I'm going to have it repeat every period, and I'll go ahead and do it at the start of the period, which will be the 1st of the month. I also have some options up here if I want to put an expiration date on this, so maybe I only want it to run for 6 months, or I could put an execution limit a number of times. I want it to only run 6 times. I'm going to put no limit and never expires for this example. And I'll go ahead and start it actually back on October 1st. Right now I have no schedule ID, but once I save this, I now get a schedule ID. So now this AP bill has been scheduled to run on the 1st of every month. But now to actually generate it, first we should go back here and take a look at the AP bill, and you'll notice that the status is no longer balanced. It's now scheduled. This is always going to sit out here. It's just like a template for the schedule that the schedule is going to use to generate the future documents, but I can't actually do anything more with this 1141 document number. I can't release it, I can't pay it. It's just like a template document that the scheduler is going to use. To actually generate a real invoice that I'll go pay, I could go back to the recurring transaction screen. I could click this Run Now button, but I'm going to actually use this Generate Recurring Transactions. I just think this is a better way to do it. And when I come in here, I can put in my execution date. And this way, if you have maybe multiple schedules, maybe one's only running every 3 months, and one's running on the 1st of the month, maybe one's running on the last of the month, you would see them all listed here. You wouldn't have to go one schedule at a time. I can go ahead and check this off and run it, and I'm going ahead and run it on October 1st. It completes, and if I come back to recurring transactions and look at my schedule, here's that 1141 document that will always sit out there with the status of schedule. But now in the Generated Documents tab, I've got an 1142 document. And this is the one that I'm actually going to, let's go ahead and click back over here. Let's take a look here. So this one actually has a balance status, my 1142. And this is the one that I would actually release and pay just like a normal AP bill. Now if I come back here to actually generate recurring transactions, you'll see that after it's been generated on October 1st, it's not going to let me generate again until the 1st of the following month. So if I change this now to November 1st, now it wants to generate again because it's reached the next date that it's allowed to generate. So I could generate this again on November 1st. And if you look back here on the schedule, we still keep that scheduled 1141 document out there, but now we've got 2 generated documents, one generated on October 1st and one generated on November 1st. And then just to prove that, we can go ahead and click in here, and we had our 1142 on October 1st, and now we have our 1143 on November 1st. Now one last thing to point out is that when you look at the Generate Recurring Transactions, the recurring transactions, you can add multiple what I'll call bill templates to this schedule. So maybe you only want one schedule and you run everything on the 1st of the month. you could add in all of the invoices that you want to add to the schedule. You just need to go set up the AP bill first, then you come back in and add it here to the schedule. They'll all get a status of scheduled, and then when you generate documents, it'll generate a document for every template that's in the schedule.